Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Second aspect of asana, as mentioned by Maharshi Patanjali in the Yoga Sutra, is called Prayatna Shaithilya. Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. These are the two things to be looked at. These are the two sutras about asana. Let us look at Prayatna Shaithilya. So, what sutra says that posture is perfected, made steady and comfortable through relaxing the effort and in awareness with the endless or with the endlessness. So, there are two things. Asana is perfected when it is made steady and comfortable through relaxing the effort. When in holding asana, we need not to make effort. That is Prayatna Shaithilya. So, that is the state we need to reach while practicing asana. And second thing is Ananta Samapatti, that we are going to discuss in the next slide. Prayatna Shaithilya is a relaxation of all efforts. Only by such relaxation can one obtain genuine stillness of the mind body. When we achieve that stability and comfort, prana flow freely in those parts of the body. Actually, prana does not flow where there is muscle tension. So, refinement of asana is about releasing any tension there in the body. When total relaxation take place, we need not to make effort. So, asanas have to be practiced to that extent, or we can say that we have perfected a particular asana where we can be in that posture with the fully comfortable and relaxed situation. Some very interesting experiments were conducted by Professor Lata Phadke in Pune and Dr. Sanjay Phadke and their team. They looked at the practice of the novice yoga practitioner and a senior yoga practitioner while they are performing asanas. They saw that the senior yoga practitioners have much better heart rate variability, that is the indicator of the health of the nervous system, health of heart and overall health indicator. They also noticed that the senior practitioners, even performing seemingly difficult and complicated posture, remain totally relaxed, and that is the a reflection of a definition of yoga given in Bhagavad Gita, which is called Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Equanimity is yoga. Yoga practice, asana practice bring equanity by externally performing the difficult posture, but internally remaining calm and steady, and in this process we naturally become comfortable. One extreme example is of Swami Vedabharati. Swami Vedabharati was giving a lecture on biological feedback, and he allowed one US doctor to fix EMG, electromyograph, to the few parts of his body, in the neck, in the leg and in the hands. This instrument measures the stress in the muscular system. After some time, after observing these readings of the EMG, doctor started chuckling, and this incident is mentioned in the Stephen Parker's book. Naturally, Swami Vedabharati asked the doctor, and others also got curious who were present in the session, why doctor is chuckling, why, what he found so amusing. He mentioned, he told that the Swami Vedabharati's EMG reading are reflecting utter relaxed situation of the muscles. This relaxed situation is generally, this kind of reading is generally found in the corpse, on the dead bodies. But here was Swami Vedabharati, who was standing, he was making postures, he was explaining things, he was actually delivering a lecture. Even while delivering a lecture, standing and using mic and using board and writing on that, he was not having almost any stress on his muscles. It is difficult to explain these things just by looking at the physiological aspect, because by the physiological calculations, with that kind of relaxation, he should not be standing, what to talk about delivering a lecture, but he was standing. So, this aspect is explained by the masters by using the notion of prana. We are going to have more discussion on prana in the next session, but is inherently it says that when there are tension in the muscles, the pranic flow, the vital energies flow in those portions is restricted. When it is relaxed, the pranic flow is unobstructed, and when the pranic flow is unobstructed, the pranic energy itself provides the energy to the physical body to perform the action. In the yogic state, people do not make actions with the physical energy, they perform actions with the pranic energy. I know this may sound little esoteric, and there is a great scope to research and explain these things and understand these things empirically with the existing instruments, but notion of prana is very important in yoga. Pranamaya kosh is inescapable aspect of human self, recognized in all yogic traditions, but what it is suggesting is that asanas are the ways to release tension in different parts of the body, so that prana can flow in those parts easily. As a result of that, without much use of physical energy, we can perform our actions. So, that is the indicator of the prayatna shathilya. Another aspect is anantya samapatti. Ananta samapatti is a coalescences with the ananta, endless or endlessness. This is related to the endlessness such that as space and reaches uninterrupted identification, then the ahankar, the body configuration ceasing, and postures no longer cause discomfort. Ananta samapatti meaning being identified with endless or endlessness. How we achieve that? We achieve that by giving attention to different layers of self. So, while performing asana, a novice has to give much more attention in comparison to a senior practitioner. They have to give more attention to the physical body. However, as the practice grows, we start giving attention to breath, then we start giving attention to the emotions, then we start getting attention to the thoughts, and we become witness to ourselves while in series of asanas. Because of this expansion of the identification, first our identification is with our body, the larger identification is with our thoughts, emotions, prana. We develop a sense of witness, and that process actually expands our me map. We become more aware of our surrounding. We know that there are many studies, and I have quoted in the earlier studies, the studies and research conducted by our own team, which has seen that egocentric bias come down with the practice of yoga. So, our egocentric bias, our me map actually increases. We become more inclusive. Actually, the distinction between body and which is microcosm and the macrocosm start reducing. So, our identity with this limited body is loosened, and we start identifying with the larger system, and that is the reality, because we might identify ourselves as body, we might connect our individuality, our personality limited to this body, but the fact of the matter is that this body is constantly in interaction with the environment. We are constantly exchanging oxygen, carbon dioxide, we are constantly exchanging water, we are constantly exchanging food, environment, that is why keep affecting us, we keep influencing the environment. This is a constant interaction process. So, our self is not actually limited to the body, our self is much expanded. When this becomes our experience, when this understanding goes beyond cognition and reaches to the level of experience, and when this keep increasing, it reaches to the level where we identify with the cosmos. Those moments may be very few while practicing yoga or mindfulness, but they bring deep sense of calmness, and that result into a different order of metacognition. Why this is factual according to Maharshi Patanjali? That he explains in the 4th chapter of his book, Yoga Sutra, where he says, Pravritti bhede prayojakam chittam ekam anekesham. Chitta, mind may look multiple, but inherently the mind or consciousness is one. This mind or consciousness is one that looks different in different bodies, and that sense of difference is because of my identification, which is limited to my body and my thoughts and my emotions. But reality is that what I call I is infinite, because there is one existence manifested in different forms. This is one consciousness or one chitta, that is what Maharshi Patanjali say, is captured because of ignorance in different forms, and through the practice of asanas we can have a glimpse of that infiniteness, because we become aligned, our system become aligned, our egocentric bias come down because of metacognition, because of mindfulness, because of awareness, because of alignment in the body, which result into free flow of prana. So, that is the ideal of performing asana, prayatna shathil and ananta samapatti. Asana is said to be, can be considered to be perfected when we are in this asana without any effort, that is prayatna shathil, and it can be said to be perfected when we experience the limitlessness of myself, myself with the small s merge into self with the capital S. if we use the term of Professor S. K. Chakravarti, who did phenomenal work in the field of spirituality and management.